I really hate rats with real passion. Like, I hate you bad. I'm looking to the camera. I hate rats.
Go to jail and look like he got a no bond like me. That boy got a federal no. I bet that nigga asshole done closed up. He got a burp to pass gas. He can't even fart out his ass. I know the feeling. Boy, they get your ass and they put a hole on you. Now look, y'all favorite rapper, what he call himself? The Boy. He got an album coming out. Won't be no album release party. Oh my goodness. No, them boys mad, the money gone. Ooh.
Lil Durk is facing some major heat right now, and it's not from the studio lights. His past legal problems are catching up fast, and this time things look bad enough to shake up his whole empire. The OTF boss, who went from the trenches of Chicago to the top of the charts, might be watching everything he built start to slip away. Durk's story was supposed to be a redemption arc. He had managed to flip his image from a street soldier to a superstar. With collabs alongside J. Cole, Drake, and even country icon Morgan Wallen, it looked like he had left the wild days behind for good. Fans were convinced he'd finally broken free from the streets that raised him. But now, it's starting to look like those same streets might pull him right back in.
Coming off his first Grammy win earlier this year, Chicago-bred rapper Lil Durk is now facing charges in connection to a murder-for-hire plot.
See, Durk once wore that Voice of the Trenches title like a badge of honor. But fame comes with pressure. People start testing your name, doubting if you're still built like that, and sometimes that pressure gets dangerous. That's exactly what's being whispered about right now. That the need to prove himself never really left him, even when he tried to walk a clean path. Not long ago, Durk proudly announced that his criminal record had been wiped clean for the first time since 2011. He said, "Everybody should get a second chance at life. It's about what you do with it. I'm not a felon no more. Who would have thought?" That moment was supposed to mark a new beginning. But barely after celebrating that freedom, rumors started spreading that Durk might have gotten tangled in something heavy again. Now people are wondering, did he really escape his past, or is this just the beginning of a whole new nightmare for Lil Durk?
I mean, that's no one goal to stop it, but the number one priority for like us in the streets and like politician-wise is to stop the violence, slow it down much as possible. And it start with everybody like just coming together. But like I say, it's hard because you probably got him over here thinking he that, but his young niggas don't even respect him. So even if he be like, "Come, let's come together," they looking at his ass like, the fuck on.
Lil Durk had the world cheering for him when he started showing signs of real change. He posted a heartfelt message saying, "I want to thank everyone who helped push my vision forward. Thank you from the bottom of my heart." He tagged it with #TheVoice, showing he was proud to stand for something bigger than himself. In 2020, he even launched his Neighborhood Heroes nonprofit, a move that shocked a lot of people. Durk promised to fight back against the endless bloodshed in Chicago, knowing it was no easy mission. He wanted to give back to the same city that built him, hoping to break the cycle that had taken too many lives already. And while he was helping others, Durk started confronting his own demons too. Earlier this year, he opened up about checking himself into rehab, not just to fight his addictions to Xanax and codeine, but to set an example for everyone watching. He even dropped serious cash, $100,000, to get his close friend, OTF Duty, into a recovery program as well. That's not just talk, that's real action.
Yo, Durk, yo, I'm reacting to the new song, bro. It's really good.
You like it?
Really, really good, bro. I have a question though.
Yeah.
In the video, I see a bunch of mugshots. Is that you?
Yeah, all my mugshots like in my past.
You been in jail?
They ain't a good thing.
Nah, yeah. Like how many times though, bro?
How many mugshots up there?
Yeah, nah, bro. I love the song though, bro. I'm really happy you dropped this. It's very good. I'm gonna add it to my music.
Durk was stepping into a new chapter, one defined by faith and focus. After converting to Islam, he told fans straight up, "I don't gang bang. I'm a Muslim. You can't do both. I'm gonna be the one who says it." Those words hit different. It was clear he wanted out of the chaos and into peace. He explained that while his music still reflects what he's seen and lived through, he's not trying to push anyone to follow those same dark paths. "When I make music, I rap what I've seen and been through. I'm not telling you to do it," he said. The message was clear. Lil Durk's sound might stay gritty, but his life was moving towards something greater. Even with a past that included jail time for gun charges and a 2019 attempted murder case alongside his late friend King Von, Lil Durk had managed to flip his whole image. He went from being the face of Chicago's drill scene to a respected artist who many believed had finally left that life behind. Even streamer Aiden Ross once questioned if Durk would ever see the inside of a prison again. That's how far his reputation had come. His career was on fire. Back-to-back albums going gold and platinum, huge collabs, and his new project Deep Thoughts was set to drop in November. Proof that Durk was aiming for legacy status. He'd come a long way from those early mixtape days when every track felt like a message straight out of the trenches.
Oh, Chad. Durk has been locked up in Broward County Jail. He's there right now. This is it. Yes, Broward. He's in Florida. I got the whole thing on. Look on my stream. I got it. Oh my God, bro. Oh.
Now he was leading a foundation that actually made a difference in his city. The recognition didn't stop there. He even earned 2 keys to his city. That's the kind of honor only given to people who've made a real mark. It looked like Durk had completed the ultimate transformation, from the streets to success, from pain to purpose. But behind that polished image, rumors started swirling that the man in front of the cameras wasn't the same one moving behind the scenes. Whispers began saying that despite his clean image, Durk might still have been calling shots in the background, quietly connected to the streets he claimed to have left behind. And when news broke that 4 OTF members had been arrested in connection to the death of a man named V. Robinson, better known as El Pab, fans were stunned. The headlines hit hard, and suddenly everyone started asking the same question. Had Lil Durk really changed, or was he just hiding the same old street game behind a superstar mask?
Shots fired, a fight taken to the streets, and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
As the whispers got louder, it started to feel like the walls were closing in on everyone tied to Lil Durk's circle. People online began saying that the feds weren't just looking at small-time members. They were watching the big names at the top of the OTF movement. Still, no one thought it would actually reach Lil Durk himself, the Grammy-nominated artist who had spent years trying to rebuild his name. But that's exactly what happened when reports surfaced that he'd been taken in on a federal indictment. The allegations were wild. Prosecutors claimed OTF members had been carrying out violent acts like murder and assault, supposedly at the direction of Durk, all to keep their rank inside the crew. Fans couldn't believe it. The same artist who preached growth and peace was now being tied to some of the darkest accusations imaginable. Things only got more intense when details of the case dropped. Federal documents allegedly stated that Durk had offered to pay a bounty for the death of Quando Rondo, the longtime rival connected to the death of King Von outside an Atlanta hookah lounge back in 2020. That tragedy had already scarred both camps forever. And now it seemed like revenge might have been the motive behind everything.
Literally, what could Durk do right now today about like King Von's nothing, except slide for him positively?
Crash out?
Should Little Durk grab his Draco and just go, I don't know, some niggas up that he felt like are responsible or had anything to do with, with Von's death? Should he go do that today?
According to the reports, Durk supposedly sent a text message warning his people, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." That one line set social media on fire. Investigators claimed that several OTF affiliates, including OTF Duty, Vanny, and 072 Boogie, traveled to California to link up with Keon Grant, described as a top-ranking member of the team. Their goal? To find Quando Rondo and his crew. They allegedly followed them throughout the day, waiting for the right moment to strike. But when the attack finally went down at a gas station, things didn't go as planned. Quando escaped, but Lee Pab, one of Durk's close associates, was tragically left dead at the scene. The heartbreak and chaos that followed sent shockwaves through the entire hip-hop community and left fans questioning if Durk's rise to greatness was about to come crashing down for good. If that desperate cry from Quando Rondo sounds familiar, it's because Lil Durk actually sampled it in his track Same Side featuring Rob 49. The irony of that move had people online losing their minds. It felt like Durk was turning pain into art, but now it might have been a haunting clue hiding in plain sight. After the deadly gas station incident, reports claim that the alleged shooters linked to OTF made a stop at In-N-Out Burger to split money and lay low before heading back to Chicago. But soon after, everything began to unravel. With multiple suspects already locked up, investigators started piecing together a trail that allegedly led straight back to Durk himself.
I just don't see them comments no more. For some odd reason. I don't know. Might be the water. They kind of chilled out a little bit. I wonder why. We here though. We different in Iraq.
I feel like you're speaking of parables. I'm trying to like decode it a little bit.
According to court documents, Durk supposedly tried to book flights to Dubai and Switzerland using Florida connections, a move that raised red flags instantly. Authorities say they tracked purchases made with OTF-affiliated credit cards, which pointed toward him trying to skip the country before things got worse. He never made it, though. He was reportedly caught before boarding, and that's when the situation exploded. The case turned even more explosive when prosecutors said an informant's secret recordings tied Durk to a potential murder-for-hire plot. These recordings allegedly included conversations where he offered cash rewards and music industry opportunities in exchange for handling Quando Rondo. That claim alone had fans in disbelief. How could someone who had come so far from the trenches get tangled in something this extreme? But those who've been following Durk's journey from the start weren't totally shocked. They pointed out that since the tragic loss of King Von, people online had been flooding Durk's comments with pressure, demanding he slide for Von. Forums like Cheericology on Reddit even turned it into a constant chant, pushing that street mentality as if it was a game. For Durk, that pressure may have become unbearable, and now, the same streets that made him could be the very reason everything he built comes crashing down. This whole situation turned into one of the biggest debates in hip-hop. Fans and insiders kept warning Lil Durk to stay away from anything that even looked like a revenge plot. People were saying, focus on the bag, forget the beef. And honestly, that advice made sense. Durk had too much to lose.
Lil Durk been picked up by the feds. I don't know if he been charged with nothing. Probably questioning and putting OTF in a lot of things. But I heard somebody named OTF Jam, they said they been calling him a rat. And basically he said, okay, I'm a rat. Well, watch this. Watch this. That all this information that I know. Rat this, I'm gonna tell this, I'm gonna tell that. My video earlier, I told y'all, man. If somebody say Durk name, that's all it's gonna take. Say that man's name.
But despite all the warnings, it started to feel like the pressure from the streets, the internet, and his own emotions might have been too much to ignore. While Quando Rondo continued living his life, it seemed like Durk couldn't escape the noise. Every time he logged online, he saw people demanding payback for King Von's death, and that constant trolling might have hit deeper than fans realized. Prosecutors now believe those comments got to him so bad that he decided to move in silence, setting plans for revenge while pretending he'd moved on. What's worse, Durk might have even given himself away in his own lyrics. He dropped bars that sound a lot different now that the case is public. During an interview with DJ Academics, Durk tried to act calm about all the online pressure, saying the slide for Von talk had started to fade. But then, in the same era, he popped up on Nardo Wick's track, Who Wants Smoke, and spit some lines that hit way too close to home. He rapped, they be on my page saying slide for Von, I know they trolling me. Outside with y'all, big homie be on, I keep them folks with me. Got it back in blood, y'all just don't know that's how it's supposed to be. Fans went crazy over that verse. But now, those same lyrics could end up being evidence in court. And it didn't stop there. On another track, he dropped the chilling line, better do what Nardo said, yeah, cause people die for pumping gas. Everyone instantly connected that bar to Lil Pab's death at the gas station. What once sounded like a hard line now reads like a confession. And prosecutors are definitely paying attention. Adding fuel to the fire, one of Durk's Los Angeles associates, Brick Baby, made some comments that investigators are reportedly using to connect even more dots. It's like every time someone tries to defend Durk, another piece of the puzzle slips out, and it's painting a picture that's harder and harder to ignore. In a recent interview, things got messy fast. A rapper who had been spotted in the studio with Lil Durk ended up saying way too much, and fans instantly called it out as dry snitching. His comments sent shockwaves through social media, stirring up even more drama at a time when Durk was already under fire. See, that move broke one of Durk's unspoken rules. He never wanted the people around him talking too much. If Durk was really chasing clout like some of his peers, he would have been online throwing shots and mocking Quando Rondo after everything that went down. But instead, he kept things mysterious, balancing in that gray zone where hip-hop storytelling blurs the line between art and reality. It's that space where no one can tell if a bar is just a lyric or a confession. Durk even made it clear in an interview once, saying, "The goal is not to go to jail, so y'all will never see me do tough stuff online to look street. I am the streets that line hit heavy." Because while he talked about growth, he was still proudly tied to his roots. But as time passed and the pain of Lil Pab's death faded a bit, Durk started focusing on something else entirely: redemption.
Rest in peace to D-Thing. If he died, I don't know if he died yet. I'm hearing on the internet, I don't know if he died. But I'm not the type of nigga y'all gotta keep getting mad at. I fuck with Durk. He BD, I'm GD, but I still fuck with him and I fuck with his music, his movement. He making money. I'm not a hater. I love to see what he doing. Shorty up $30-40 million. I love to see that because I'm from one block. He from the next block over. My daddy used to hang with Durk daddy. His brother been throwing parties for years. Nothing ever happened to D-Thing. Something just happened to him now because Durk said he'd sending people names and songs. Really, you in a position to empower Chicago to make us a better city. You should be like, man, I ain't.
In a Rolling Stone interview, he said, "I'm going to start by getting the city together, do my part to slow down the violence." Those were strong words for a man trying to walk away from the chaos that once defined him. He went on to admit something deep. Even if you do 99% of stuff right, you still got 1% of the demons with you. You get angry fast, and one reply can mess up $8 billion. That's why I'm not saying names no more in my music. I ain't speaking on the dead no more, none of that. I'm not chasing death no more. I'm chasing $1 billion. That statement hit the culture hard. It sounded like Durk was finally ready to leave the street politics behind and focus on building an empire. He said he wanted kids to grow up safe, to have real lives, not ones ruled by revenge or fear. But even with all that wisdom, fans couldn't help but wonder, was he really done with the streets or just learning how to move smarter in them? Lil Durk kept showing up as a role model in the public eye, donating to communities, speaking on peace, and trying to inspire change. But behind all that positive energy, people started noticing he still followed certain parts of the street code, especially when it came to loyalty and snitches. Durk made it clear many times that he had no love for informants, and even bragged that he could smell a rat from a mile away, claiming he'd been able to spot fake energy before, just like when he called out Tekashi 6ix9ine. But it turns out Durk's instincts weren't as sharp as he thought, because now the streets are saying his own circle had rats hiding in plain sight, and that twist might just make him live out the very prophecy he once rapped about on Redman. According to reports, the feds have informants inside OTF, and one name keeps coming up: OTF Jam. They're pointing to him as the one who was allegedly wearing a wire and feeding information to investigators. The betrayal hit deep, especially because Jam wasn't just some random member. He was someone Durk personally looked out for. In a recent interview, Jam himself admitted that he and Durk went way back. long before the fame.
What was your prior relationship with Durk though? Like, how'd you guys become cool, and how'd you guys become so close?
We off the block. He's just like how he is, where we from. We all real close, like, you see what I'm saying? So it's just one of the guys. He just happened to be rapping. He figured out what he want to do. Everybody else as a whole, I'm gonna say as a whole, we don't know what we want to do. Well, at the time, I ain't know what I want to do. We finna try to be the biggest drug dealers. We thinking streetwise. But he just one of the guys. He rapping and this shit working.
After Jam got out from serving a 12-year prison bid, Durk showed nothing but loyalty. He helped his friend get back on his feet, giving him $50,000 in cash, a car, and helping him settle back into life. To think that the same person might have been working with law enforcement the whole time? That's the kind of betrayal that cuts all the way to the bone. And to make things even worse, footage resurfaced showing Durk publicly praising Jam, calling him solid and loyal, all while Jam allegedly had a wire tucked under his shirt. Fans were stunned, and the internet exploded with reactions. People started saying this moment proved something every street legend knows too well. When big prison sentences are on the line, loyalty disappears fast. Just like that, OTF Jam showed the world a harsh truth. When it really comes down to freedom versus friendship, there are no real friends in the streets. It turns out OTF Jam wasn't the only one who helped bring Lil Durk down. According to sources close to the camp, another insider might have played a major role, turning what looked like loyalty into one of the biggest betrayals in modern hip-hop. And what's wild is that Durk himself seemed to have predicted it all in his own music. On his haunting track, Federal Nightmares, he rapped, "I delete my iCloud, if they really on me though. When trial come, it ain't on your phone, it be your homie though. He on the stand with his head down, like he don't know me though." Those lyrics hit different now. It's like he saw the future, so it still couldn't escape it. The same bars that once sounded poetic are now being quoted back to him in court filings and social media threads as eerie proof that Durk might have known betrayal was creeping closer. He even rapped, "Ain't no point in getting no lawyer if your homie told." And now here he is, facing a possible life sentence, maybe even the death penalty in Florida. People online have been torn. Some say Durk's friends sold him out the second they saw a chance to save themselves, but others are pointing out the harsh truth. If Durk had really left the streets behind like he claimed, none of this would have ever happened. Even those closest to King Von tried to warn him. Von's grieving uncle, Range Rover Hang, said it best, that Durk had the power to break the cycle once and for all. But instead, that same cycle swallowed him whole. In his words, it wasn't just the streets that took King Von, but also Durk's own brother D-Thang, who lost his life too. And the warnings didn't just come from Chicago. During an emotional interview on $1 Million Worth of Game, Wallow, a man who knows prison life firsthand, practically begged Durk to let the feud go. He told him that chasing revenge never ends well, and even shared his own story of how anger almost ruined his life. That moment hit everyone watching because Wallow wasn't just speaking to Durk. He was speaking to every young rapper who thinks being real means staying dangerous. Now, as Durk stares down the harshest charges of his life, that message feels more real than ever. Instead of listening to the powerful warnings from people like Wallow, Lil Durk allegedly slipped back into his old ways. And that decision might end up costing him everything. Critics like Charleston White haven't held back, saying flat out that Durk made his bed, and if he's not careful, he'll die in it. It's a harsh take, but one that many people believe hits close to home. Sometimes all it takes is one emotional moment, one split second where anger wins, and your entire life can flip upside down. That's the tragedy here. Because while Durk once spent his nights in penthouses overlooking city lights, the way things are looking now, he might end up trading that for nights behind prison walls instead. From day one, Durk's dream was to make it big in rap, to give his people a better life. Even back when his friends were knee-deep in street life, Durk stayed focused on the studio grind. He worked through the chaos, trying to escape the same system that had taken down so many before him. His rise from the bottom of Chicago's South Side to the top of the music world was nothing short of legendary. In an old interview with The Fader back in 2015, Durk said something that really hit deep. Coming from feeling like the underdog to standing on top of the city, it feels good. It feels good to just be working and to be motivated by the hate, but still be able to do stop the violence programs and be a part of Chicago. He even admitted how much it cost him to chase that dream. I had to sacrifice to get here. I had to sacrifice friends. I even had to sacrifice my house because I used to live in the wrong area. I had to stay out of the streets, stay out of the way. I had to sacrifice the street. Those words once sounded like a testimony of growth, proof that he'd finally beat the odds. But now, as Durk faces a lengthy trial that could leave him behind bars for life, that sacrifice feels painfully incomplete. The streets he tried to leave behind might have just come full circle. And this time, they're threatening to take it all away for good. At this point, Lil Durk's story has taken a turn that nobody saw coming. The same man who once called himself The Voice, the one who used his platform to uplift Chicago and inspire kids to chase something better, might now become a cautionary tale for the next generation. Instead of being remembered as the artist who rose above the chaos, Durk could end up being remembered as the one who let the city's darkness pull him back in. Chicago made him a star, but it also shaped the pain that's been chasing him his whole life. Now, that same city might be what takes everything away. The love for the streets, the loyalty, the revenge, all of it mixed into a storm that's hard to escape once you're in too deep. For years, Durk tried to help from the outside, preaching peace while still fighting his own battles on the inside. But once you blur the lines between both worlds, there's only so long before they collide. His team and supporters are still holding on to hope, praying there's a way out of this mess. But right now, the future looks uncertain, and the dream he built could crumble if the courts decide he's crossed that final line. Durk can't be the voice if he's silenced behind bars. And that reality hits hard for fans who watched him grow from the trenches to the throne. It's sad to think that someone who tried to change so many lives might end up serving as a warning instead, the proof that no matter how far you climb, you can't carry the streets with you forever. Because when the past catches up, it doesn't knock softly. But what do you think? Did Lil Durk's loyalty go too far, or was he just trapped by the world that built him? Let me know down below. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe if you want more stories just like this one. Make sure to check out the next video on your screen right now. It's packed with even more wild celebrity drama you won't believe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.